Hi everybody, I know it's noisy here on the streets of Miami Beach where I was attacked and threatened with murder at the Fontainebleau Hotel and then actually sued to bankrupt me by billionaire Jeffrey Sofer. So even in Miami, where I grew up, it's not safe for Jews. But I have something very interesting to tell you. And I'm looking at my wife, she doesn't even know this. I'm being inundated with phone calls from the top television national networks in Australia and the top newspapers, media outlets in Australia. They all want to talk to me because I just published an article saying that Prime Minister Anthony Albanese of Australia should be banned from entering the United States as the ultimate sanction, as the ultimate humiliation. Because when I was in Australia nearly 3 months ago, and we go there twice a year to see Debbie's parents, and I know the community very well. I grew up there between the age of 19 and 21. I was one of the founders of the Medical College of Sydney. My wife, of course, was born in Australia, grew up in Australia. When I went there recently, and I gave this hard-hitting message that anti-Semitism is out of control in Australia. This country famous for its very chill vibes. Shrimp on the Barbie, and all that. Crocodile Dundee has now become just a cesspit of anti-Semitism. There were some of the really powerful speeches I gave in my life, and yet a lot of people got up and walked out saying, not true, don't scare us. It's a scare message. Did you see what happened in Melbourne on Friday night when they tried to burn down an entire shul? Did you see the mob that attacked an Israeli-owned restaurant? That's par for the course in Australia today. And I was speaking to my friends there who were all thinking, religious Jews, committed Jews, who built the communities of Sydney, of Melbourne. They're all thinking of moving to Israel. Now, why is this happening? Because Australia doesn't give one frickin' damn. On October 9th, 2 days after October 7th, 2023, about 1,000 Islamists gathered outside the most famous archaeological edifice of the entire southern hemisphere, the Sydney Opera House, recognizable all over the world, and chanted, "Gas the Jews." Not death to the Jews, not free Palestine, which is the Heil Hitler of our time, but gas the Jews, gas the Jews. Not one of them was arrested, not one of them was questioned, not one of them was detained, openly calling for Jews to be put in the gas chambers. There was one guy who was arrested, and he was a Jewish guy, born Jewish, became a Christian pastor. I met and spoke to him, interviewed him, if you guys saw it. And he was arrested for coming to show the Jews are not afraid, even though he's a Jewish Christian. And he brought an Israeli flag, and he was arrested. Anthony Albanese, through all this, has done almost absolutely nothing. He hasn't even gone to Melbourne since the attack. He should be banned by the United States of America. So I'm asking our great, courageous president, President Donald Trump, please, Mr. President, you stand with the Jewish people like no president has ever stood with us before. You stand with Israel like no occupant of the Oval Office has ever stood with us before. Please ban Albanese and send a message that Jew hatred is not tolerated. God bless you.